Hi Naked Nation, welcome to the first ever episode of Angel Food. We are doing this because you get a fantastic angel sample bottle each month. This month it is the Antonio Diaz Tempranillo, and it's something new and exciting to try. So we thought we'd pair it with a dish that was new and exciting to try. So I hope you enjoy it, and cheers!
Hey, I'm Nicole, I'm your Naked Socialite, and for tonight's dinner we have some of the beautiful Naked crew here joining us. We also have Ryan, our Naked narrator, who's going to explain to you a little bit about this fabulous winemaker, Antonio Diaz.
Hi! Thank you for watching this far. We haven't even gotten to the food yet. But what I want to talk about is this awesome winemaker who's giving you the free bottle this month. Antonio Diaz is like the most naked story you can imagine. This guy has been making wine for decades and decades in Ribera del Duero, which is a really cool part of Spain, very close to Rioja, which is slightly more famous. But Ribera del Duero has a lot of cred in like wine circles because it has all of the same age and sort of tension and Mediterranean warmth of those famous Spanish wines, but because it's harder to pronounce, less people know about it, and so you can get some pretty amazing deals there. Antonio in particular works at this winery, actually Antonio's family winery, called Bodegas Verdugo, and something crazy happened there. In a freak lightning storm, a bolt of lightning sparked a fire at that winery, and because it's out in a remote location, it burnt to the ground before they could actually put the fire out. Now that community is very tight, and so people came together and rallied and helped Antonio get back on his feet. But when a winery like that goes just to cinders, they lose like 2.5 years of wine that was just sitting, aging in oak barrels. And that kind of thing is hard to get back to your feet from. When we heard about this story, our angels actually mounted a project and sold something like 80,000 pounds of wine, British pounds of wine, overnight to get Antonio back on his feet, to pre-order his next vintage, and to keep him able to produce his family's next vintage. And that's a huge difference for a guy like Antonio, because it goes from not even knowing how you're gonna pay the bills for the next 1.5 years while you're producing this wine that needs to be aged, to all my problems are solved, I just need to focus on making good wine. And you make very different decisions when you're in those two places. So, fast forward, movie magic, a couple of years later, the first wines are finally hitting our shelves. And now you get to try it for free, because if it weren't for you and all the other angels out there, then this wine couldn't exist, and Antonio might not even be in business anymore. So, enjoy this wine, because you earned it.
You may be wondering about this varietal, Tempranillo. Well, you're going to find notes of cherry and leather, along with a finish that's mild and smooth with tannins that linger. That's what's going to make this wine pair amazingly with any meal that you make with it, basically. Not any meal, because we're going to make a really good meal that pairs with it, and you should use that one.
Alrighty, so tonight I just want to point out, first of all, I am not a chef. Never had one lesson. I kind of just throw stuff together, so I just created this recipe, with the wine in mind. What goes well with Tempranillo? A couple of things. Obviously Spanish food, that's a given. Any sort of Latin flavors, as long as it's not too spicy. You don't want a lot of heat, but carne asada here in California, any of your burritos, pulled pork, stuff like that, great, great, great combination. But what I thought is we're going to do something a little different. We are going to make a Cajun pasta. So we have a little andouille sausage with a Cajun cream sauce. And for dessert, we're going to follow it up with a Mexican chocolate ice cream that I did make from scratch. But I know that's a pain in the ass. Nobody has time for that. So anyway, let's get cooking.
Tell me what you're making me. What are you doing?
Well, we're going to do a Cajun pasta, so we're going to start with the pasta.
Right.
So, we have 10 people here, so I'm not going to talk about amounts. I'm just going to, tell you in general what I'm doing, and then we're going to post a recipe online for serving sizes, that kind of thing. I will never get to pop it open to cook it. So, make pasta? I don't know if I can help you.
can't
But you can Google it. I heard.
I think there might be
Google's a really
recipes.
good cooking resource. So, anyway, we're starting with pasta. Boiling that up. Thanks for the assist.
Sure, anything for you.
Alright. And then the next thing we're gonna do is pasta is in. Gotta get our new-news in the water.
Do you want me to work on that one?
Yeah, get that new-news dunked. Dunk it.
In German, we call this a noodle.
Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start a sauce. Every good sauce starts with butter. Alright, so medium heat. Bring in the butter.
That's a lot of butter.
Butter. Well, it's, you know,
I have a sign in my kitchen that says if you're afraid of butter, use cream.
well, we've got both tonight, so.
Beautiful.
Winning. Starting with butter, we're gonna let that melt over a medium heat a little bit.
There's nothing better than the smell of melting butter. Bacon.
And then I have a plethora of peppers. I've got yellow and orange and red. No green because they make me fart. So, and then we all know it's all about me.
Although part of our naked mission statement is farts are funny and they always have.
This is true. I don't think they're funny in the office.
I think they're hilarious.
Anyway, back to cooking. So, peppers in the pan with butter. Ta-da!
You just want me
let
to
those bathe in the butter a little bit. So, alrighty, peppers are going. Alright, I'm gonna make you in charge of pasta.
I'm gonna stir it and make it.
Make sure it's al dente.
I should look at it because I don't know how to make pasta.
You don't know how to make pasta. Okay, so think about pasta. What al dente actually means is to the tooth. So you don't. So we had a technical glitch, but we're back. And the last thing I was saying was, when you cook pasta, you want to cook it al dente, which means to the tooth, which means, fair Nicole, that when you bite into it, it is not mushy. It gives a little bit, but it is not mushy. Okay.
Not mushy. Beautiful.
So the timing on pasta, you know, absolutely, if that's the way you do it. I usually keep trying the pasta until it's that consistency that I like. Remember, this is naked cooking. So if you want to do it how you like it, drink the wine you like, cook how you like. That's how we roll. Back to the peppers. We're sauteing the butter.
It smells like.
And then we are going to add le sausage. So this is andouille sausage. Andouille is a Cajun style sausage. This was one that I picked up from a grocery store that a lot of people that work for Naked now work for. It's called Trader Somethings. And this is the chicken andouille sausage. You can use andouille sausage. Another thing you can do if you don't want to do sausage, you can use one of those roasted chickens from the grocery store. Just, you know, take the chicken off the bone, throw it in there, throw it in this pasta, and it'll be awesome.
So is it a little spicy? Or
It is a little spicy. So,
I want you to feed me. So
yeah. Yeah, so it has a little bit of kick to it. We're also going to add some kick to the pasta. Add as much kick as you want, though.
Okay. Tell me what you need from me over here. Anything yet?
I'm good. I need my glass of wine. That's what I need.
Good?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This makes cooking a lot more fun. Okay, so I put the sausage in with the peppers. Just gonna stir that up. Usually andouille is already cooked, so you don't need a lot of cooking there. I've sauteed the peppers until they're just slightly soft. And then we're gonna add sun-dried tomatoes. Now these tomatoes I have grown in my garden. They were hand-picked by virgins. They were then dried in the sun. And no, that is not true. I also got this from a jar, so, which is a lot easier, trust me, because all those workers are really hard to control.
As we know, with all the customer happiness.
So, sun-dried tomatoes, in there.
I'm your arms, just tell me what you need.
I'm gonna need the Cajun spice next. So the next thing we're doing is we're adding a little Cajun spice. This is just a pre-mixed spice you can do. Cajun spices typically are cayenne pepper, pimento, garlic, salt, black pepper, that kind of thing. You can look up and make your own mix if you're very ambitious, or you can just buy it, which is what we did. And we're going to toss a little bit of that in.
Have we even mentioned that our segment is called Angel Food?
Love it. Just going to stir that up. The next item we are adding is the green onion. Sliced green onion. Beautiful. So the wine, the Tempranillo, I think it's what, $12.99 Angel price? Normally?
We should have looked that up.
Yeah, no, I think it's $12.99, but it's your free sample bottle. But this is what I like to call a Tuesday wine, and this is a Tuesday dish. So it's a wine that's not super expensive. It's an easy drinker. It's something that you absolutely would open up on a Tuesday with a friend and have a nice meal, and it's gone before you know it. And this is something that you can cook really easily, really quickly. So, you know, something that really just super yummy, but super fast, and it just makes for a really, really nice meal.
My favorite meals are all very simple and just highlight the fresh flavors.
Okay, next thing we're gonna go for is a little bit of milk. Actually, this is half and half.
If you're afraid of butter, use cream. Thank you, Julia Childs.
And I'm gonna do a little milk. I try to be a little, slightly health conscious, not too much, but slightly. So one of the things I do instead of using heavy whipping cream is I will do milk or half and half and then incorporate sour cream. Now sour cream, a lot of times when you're making a dish like this, you want to do it last because it'll do something called breaking, which means it gets really grainy and gross. So you want to incorporate it last, so it doesn't do that. Alright. What do you think, Nicole?
It looks amazing. I love a cream-based sauce. I'm very excited. I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm taking this risk.
Okay.
I'm curious too.
Last thing is fresh basil. This just goes over the top really quickly and we're done. We put the pasta in and absolutely it's ready to serve. And then you want to do salt and pepper to taste. I don't tell people about salt and pepper because I think that's just like wine. You need to control how much salt or pepper that you want in your dish. So you're just going to put a little of this in, toss in the pasta, and we're ready to go.
Get in there.
We have Phil, who is one of our leaders at Diez.
I'm sorry, Phil.
And over here, Phil, who is one of our team.
Can you turn that to the camera, please?
Which is what is going to make this perfect wine for pairing with food. Dang it!
Crossroom cheers! Needs to happen. Salud.